MCL News this morning. Federal government assures timely completion of 41.4 kilometer Aba Port Harcourt Road project. Southeast to name joint security outfit soon, says governors. Federal government to begin mechanized farming in 632 local government areas. The Tigers qualify for Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Hello, good morning. Thanks for joining us on MCL News. I'm Ezinwa. For now, the news and details. The federal government has assured early completion of the Enugu-Port Harcourt dual carriageway that goes across Enugu, Abia, and Rivers states. John Fadere, Federal Controller of Works in Rivers and Head Supervisor of the project, gave the assurance while inspecting the Oyibo River stretch of the project on Sunday. Reports said that the project is one of the 25 critical roads in 6 geopolitical zones financed by the federal government under the 100 billion Sukuk Bond Road Intervention. Fadere said the 41.4 kilometer Aba Port Harcourt Section 4 stretch of the entire Enugu-Port Harcourt Road project has attained 21% completion of the road project, while the contract period has risen to about 70%. The project is expected to be completed before the end of 2022. Section 4 of the Enugu-Port Harcourt Road project, awarded in 2015, starts from Aba and ends at Elemi flyover in Port Harcourt, covering a distance of 41.4 kilometers. Fadere assured that the contractor handling the project is working hard to complete the construction of 26-kilometer concrete drain to end flooding in the area. Also speaking, Godwin Eke, the South-South Zonal Director of Federal Highway, described the project as a strategic road that connects South-South states to commercial city of Aba and other Southeastern states. He said the Federal Executive Council, FEC, has in 2018 approved the upgrade of some section of the Aba Port Harcourt Road project to 8 lanes. He added that 13 kilometers section of the road project stretching from Imo River, Abia and Port Harcourt boundary to Elemi flyover in Port Harcourt has been upgraded to 8 lanes. Zhu Sawei, the project manager, China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation (CCECC), assured that the project should be completed according to specification before 2022. He said the road, when completed, will last for a period of 50 years. A legal practitioner, Bright Uche, has appealed to the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC), Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN), and Enugu Electricity Distribution Company (EEDC) to restore power supply to Afikpo community in Ebonyi. Uche, in an interview with newsmen on Sunday in Abuja, said that Afikpo North and South has been without power supply for over 5 years. He urged NERC to urgently intervene in the power challenge in Afikpo community. Uche added that the absence of power in Afikpo North and South has reached a stage where Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission should declare an emergency. Afikpo is the most populous town in Ebonyi after Abakaliki. NERC, as a regulatory body and patriotic Nigerian, should ensure that agreements and resolutions to restore power are not just on paper, but it should be followed to its logical conclusion. Governors of the Southeast states have disclosed that they will soon name its own regional security outfit, which its process started last year. They also disclosed that the state houses of assembly in the zone are in the verge of passing laws that will give the outfit legal backing. The governors said they had notified the federal government about the plans and will follow it up with details of the joint security outfit. The governors made a disclosure on Sunday when the Southeast Governors Forum met in Enugu. In his communique read by Chairman of the Forum and Governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, the governors also reiterated March 31st as dates for reopening of the Akani Biam International Airport, Enugu, to commercial activities. They expressed satisfaction and commended President Muhammad Buhari for his attention and release of funds for the airport's rehabilitation, second major bridge construction, and rehabilitation of other federal highways in the zone. On the issue of insecurity, Governor Umahi said the forum has been inundated with questions on the region's plans after the Southwest unveiled a motorcone stating that the Southeast is not in competition with other regions. Umahi, however, recalled that the Southeast governors had formed the Southeast Joint Security on July 28, 2019 and inaugurated her Committee on Joint Security on August 31st, 2019. Forum took briefing from Chairman of the Southeast Joint Security Committee and is satisfied with all the arrangements that will lead to Southeast State Houses of Assemblies to enact a law to back up the Southeast Security Program with a name to the outfits. The governors also agreed to commence construction of ring road to connect Southeast and South zones in view of the progress being made in Eyimba Economic City. Over the years, many lives have been claimed by the activities of insurgents, kidnappers, and bandits in many parts of the country. This has compelled many Nigerians to put the political leadership in the country under pressure to end the killings. MCL News went to town to feel the pulse of residents on the issue. Here's the report.
Insecurity is a major problem against the corporate existence of Nigeria. These affect development in many facets of human endeavor within the states and communities of the Federation. Insecurity ranges from Boko Haram activities to kidnapping and banditry. There is no Nigerian state that has not been affected by insecurity. The respondent who spoke to MCL News expressed displeasure over the recent killings and most pathetic, the killing of CAN President in Michika, Adamawa State, Lawan and Dimi.
One of the major causes of this insecurity is unemployment. Now you look at cybercrime, which is the major problem we are facing now. How can we come? Many of these people that are in this cybercrime is because of unemployment, so they cannot do anything. Kidnapping, you see, many of them are graduates from higher institutions. So now what are they saying? What can we do to earn their living? From there, they start thinking in the negative form.
The society presently, there is hunger in the land. So people try either by hook or by crook to find what to eat. Once there is hunger in the land and the bad guys notice that there are lapses in the security arrangement, they'll strike and try to make a living. People don't care how people make money. Immediately you make money now, you are given a chieftaincy title, or you go to church, you are made one, you give one post on the other. So there is moral decadence in the society, both in church and in villages. People don't care again how you make your money.
To curtail the spate of killings in the country, the respondents said there must be intelligence gathering and sharing by security operatives. They equally called for reshuffling of the service chiefs. They called for implementation of policies, economic empowerment and provision of social amenities.
Employment is the underlying factor. They should sanitize the environment. Recruit more forces that will look into this insecurity. The forces we are having here are not doing much. Even the youth, the local youth should be employed. Even you make them to be secured.
Stopping it means taking them off from their belief. So until their leaders call them to order and say enough is enough. Not only that, their leaders will also preach to them to abandon their expansionist ideology.
They further called on states to set up its local security outfits to protect its citizens from both internal and external aggressions.
So the SA should be involved, the youth should be involved. Make the youth the police. Tell them, cover this place, pay them well. You will see this rate of insecurity will reduce.
Both states, regional, should organize themselves and defend themselves. If individuals can hire a guard. In our respective homes, we have security guards. There is no home in Aba or in Abia State that you don't have people guiding. Why wouldn't government ask you to remove those people? In the north, they have their own local vigilante groups. In Abia State, we have Ministry for Internal and Internal Security. So why would somebody ask you not to provide security for yourself?
The respondents further urged citizens to partner with security agencies by providing useful information to them. Stella Okechukwu, MCL News.
President Muhammad Buhari has described Nigeria-Canada relations as very cordial, expressing his desire to further strengthen bilateral ties. The president said this on Sunday in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, by his spokesman, Garba Shehu, when he met with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on the margins of the 33rd African Union Summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. In remarks before the press, President Buhari underscored the warm and friendly relations between Nigeria and Canada, noting Commonwealth membership of both nations and the choice of Canada for higher education by Nigerian students. In his remarks, the Canadian Prime Minister described President Buhari as a leader in Africa, adding that it is a pleasure to engage on regional and international issues. Trudeau was quoted as saying, "The leadership and reflection on the current situation challenging Africa, but also the potentials and opportunities are something that I am very much looking up to. Canada and Nigeria have a long-standing and deep connection and friendship, and I very much look forward to hearing your perspectives on many big issues facing not just Africa, but the world." End of quotes. The Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Muhammad Nanano, has stated that the ministry will begin agricultural mechanization program in 632 local government areas in the country. The policy, he added, will ensure that Nigeria achieve food security, job creation, and economic growth. The minister made this known when he received the Executive Governor of Benue State, Samuel Otom, in his office in Abuja. Nanano explained that the initiative is expected to involve a full technology package transfer that will cover all stages from agricultural production to industrial processing and marketing. The minister told the governor that the program will cover 632 local government areas across the country, adding that each of them will be fully equipped with administration and information technology workshop and service centers. There will also be stores for seeds, fertilizer, and excess produce. With these, they will link farmers up with processing industries, especially clusters at the local government producing the same thing will be provided with processing plants, he added. The minister, who said that the mechanization services will be driven by the people in the local government areas, encouraged individuals and groups to come up with proposals of how to manage the service centers. He added that the federal government will guarantee the facilities. Nanano pledged that the federal government will partner with Benue government, adding that the government is looking at boosting the production of soya beans. In his remarks, Otom assured the minister of the state's commitment to partner with the ministry. Still to come on the news, 9,458,160 Nigerians are poor, says National Society Safety Net Coordinating Office. Nigeria Meteorological Agency predicts dust haze for Monday. My United drops a gallow over coronavirus. Details after the break. The status.
Patronage of our programs and services, for which we say thank you. We remind you that at all times you have the right to quality broadcasting. It belongs to you as well as the right to lodge complaints on broadcast materials or conduct of any broadcast station. MCLtv is open and receptive to your commendations, complaints and criticisms, as such comments strengthen and make us serve you better. Feel free at all times to address your reactions to National Broadcasting Commission, Enugu Zonal Office, Current Drive, Independent Layout, Enugu. You can email us at ndcenuguzone@yahoo.com or Modern Communications Limited, number 9B Obibo Avenue, Aba. MCLtv, the world in your home.
Mommy, mosquito is biting me.
But I asked you to use Top Rank insecticide.
Top Rank insecticide kills mosquitoes, cockroach, flies, and every other crawling and flying insects faster anywhere around you. NAFDAC approves Top Rank insecticide for its effectiveness. Use Top Rank insecticide and enjoy a peaceful night's rest. Available in all shops and supermarkets near you in 600 milliliter can and 300 milliliter can. Top Rank Insecticide is marketed nationwide by C Success Multi Services Limited. Telephone 0813 111 2348 or 090-960-22577. Top Rank Insecticide. What's worth doing is worth doing well.
Welcome back. 9,459,160 Nigerians in 35 states of the country are poor. This was stated in a statistics by the National Social Safety Net Coordinating Office, NASCO. The poor are spread across 421 local government areas. The statistics are posted on the official Twitter handle of NASCO Nigeria at NASCO Nigeria. NASCO stated that the figure represents the status of the poor and vulnerable in Nigeria as of January 2020. The database, according to NASCO, will enhance the planning and implementation of poverty alleviation interventions in Nigeria. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Farouk, had last year disclosed plans to establish a national register for the poor. She explained that the register will help the government know the exact number of poor people to lift them out of poverty. It is expected that over 100 million Nigerians will be lifted out of poverty in 10 years. As a follow-up to her plans, in a tweet on the 7th of February, NASCO stated that the National Social Register they are building is an information system that supports outreach, targeting registration and determination of potential eligibility for one or more social programs for poor and vulnerable Nigerians. Here is the status of the register so far, with the National Social Register of Poor and Vulnerable Household status as of 31st January 2020 stands at 9,458,160 individuals. There are 2,253,938 poor and vulnerable households in 43,258 communities. They are in 4,347 wards spread across 421 local government areas in 35 states in Nigeria. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, has predicted thick dust haze over north down to central region with reduction in horizontal visibility. NIMET's weather outlook released on Sunday in Abuja predicted inland cities to be in dust haze condition with light cloud build up over the coastal axis within period of forecast. For northern states, thick dust haze condition is expected over the region with day temperature from 30 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius and night temperature to be from 16 degrees Celsius to 18 degrees Celsius. For central states, thick dust haze condition is anticipated over the region within forecast period with day temperature expected to be from 30 degrees Celsius to 36 degrees Celsius and nights to be 15 degrees Celsius to 21 degrees Celsius, it said. According to the agency, dust haze conditions are expected over the inland of southern states throughout the forecast period. The agency envisaged early morning mist and frost patches to prevail over the coast of the region in the morning hours with chances of partly cloudy to hazy conditions during the afternoon and evening hours. NIMET forecasts day temperature of the southern region to be from 34 degrees Celsius to 39 degrees Celsius and night temperature to be 19 degrees Celsius to 24 degrees Celsius. And on sports, Nigeria's senior women's national basketball team, the Tigers, on Saturday booked a ticket to the 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo. The team qualified despite losing 64-70 to host Serbia in their second group game at the ongoing FIBA Olympic Games qualifying tournament. Mozambique's quest to qualify ahead of Nigeria suffered a heavy knock as they lost scandalously 49-124 points against current world champions United States of America, USA. Nigeria was in command of the first quarter, which they won 22-21 points. Their good works were undone in the second and third quarters as their inability to convert their chances saw Xavier work their way back into contention, winning 22-12 and 16-12 to open a decent lead heading into the fourth quarter. The team tried to rally back in the last quarter after cutting down the deficit to just 4 points with less than 2 minutes to go, but two successive turnovers by Ezine Carlo put a stop to that. Although they picked the last quarter 18-11, it was a case of too little too late against the hosts, who on the back of the vociferous home support stood their ground to see out the game. Carlo led the charge for Nigeria with 20 points, 3 reps and 2 steals, while Promise Amokamara scored 15 points, 2 reps on the night. Team captain Adora Elonu weighed in with 9 points on her own as well as 6 reps. 68.75% conversion rate from 16 free throw attempts, 38.98% from field goal attempts, and 41.03% success from the 3 points line summarize the performance of the girls on the nights that they found it difficult for their shots to drop against the Serbians, currently ranked 7th in the world. On Sunday, Nigeria will take on USA in the last group game, which will have no effect on the 2020 Olympics qualification. Nigeria Basketball Federation (NBBF) has now set the record of being the only federation in Nigeria to have 2 teams at the Olympics. Old Ighalo's hope of breaking into the first team of Manchester United soonest may have suffered a setback. Reports say that the Nigerian striker is dropped from the Red Devil squad currently in Spain on a warm-weather training tour due to travel restrictions associated with the deadly coronavirus epidemic. The coronavirus, which broke out in the city of Wuhan in China and fast spreading to other parts of the world, has claimed over 700 lives. Ighalo, the Manchester United January deadline signing, will not join the club on Spain training camp due to fears over the coronavirus travel restrictions. The Red Devils fear that Ighalo will not be allowed back into England because of precautionary measures in place restricting those who have been in China in recent weeks. And so in the news, a look at our major stories. The federal government has assured early completion of the Enugu-Port Harcourt dual carriageway that goes across Enugu, Abia, and Rivers states. Governor of the Southeast states have disclosed that they will soon name its own regional security outfit, which its process started last year. We also told you that the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Muhammad Nanono, has stated that the ministry will begin agricultural mechanization program in 632 local government areas in the country. Nigeria's senior women's national basketball team, the Tigers, on Saturday booked a ticket to the 2020 Olympics Games in Tokyo. That was the news. Thanks for watching. Please do join us again by 8 a.m. for Good Morning Abia. I am Ezine Nwafo. So have a nice day.
MCL, the world in your home.